This is Club Penguin, a world that was once bursting with life, but in 2017, it all came to an end as the game shut down. Or at least that's what everyone thought, because today it is still alive and somehow busier than ever. And with over 200 stamps in the game, I'm going to attempt what kid in me couldn't: collect them all. It sounded easy. I mean, it's just a kid's game after all, right? Right? You're probably wondering, how are we going to play Club Penguin if it's shut down? Well, actually, after it shut down, a bunch of fan remakes of the game popped up, and one of them is called Club Penguin Journey, which we'll be spending our time on. My goal is simple: 100% Club Penguin by collecting all of the stamps. Well, actually, not all of them. I'll be focusing on 100%ing all of the game stamps because some of the stamps will quite literally take me a year to obtain. There are a total of 191 game stamps, so this will still be a challenge. And to make up for not being able to obtain some of the seasonal stamps, I made myself a rule. For every game that I complete, I have to do at least one random side quest from the activities or penguins at work category, something silly like dancing with 25 penguins or serving coffee to 50 penguins. And when I'm done, I'll throw the biggest party the island's ever seen to hopefully get one of the hardest stamps in the game: Party Host. Woo! We're in. Let's make some friends before we start. So this is me, P566459, and no, I didn't choose that name. It just takes a while for the usernames to get approved by the Club Penguin overlords, so this will be our persona for now. I spawned in and immediately some penguin was holding up a "like my igloo" sign, so naturally I had questions.
Why should I give you a like on your igloo?
Give us your sales pitch.
Convince me.
Let's just say that the sales pitch wasn't exactly convincing.
Where did you even found that clothes?
I'm not wearing any clothes though.
I'm such a troll, bro. It seemed like my trolling personality caught the attention of this other chaotic penguin, P56, as they sent me a friend request. Awesome, bro. I already made a friend. Let's freaking go. And just like that, I made my first friend.
Let's have an adventure, P5. Who has an adventure for us?
Automaton must have an adventure.
This other penguin, P555, suggested that this ghost had an adventure for us. However, the ghost wasn't speaking.
It seems the overlords are keeping him from speaking. We must return his voice to him.
Our first order of business was to return the ghost's voice, but how?
Yoo-hoo!
P56 suggested that there must be overlord penguins hiding on the island, and that gave me an idea. You see, in Club Penguin, there are these mascot penguins that will visit the island from time to time. And according to the website, one of the mascots, Sensei, was actually visiting the island this week. Someone as powerful as Sensei must have answers to the mysteries of the silent ghost. However, my idea was shut down as this other penguin, Ali, said.
Sensei visits are over.
No! Cries.
But all hope wasn't lost.
Owly is acting very suspiciously. We know it's you, Sensei.
Why are you painting the air, Ali?
Trying to look busy while practicing Jitsu motions.
We were on to Ali. Sensei was even on their player card. We asked them for a riddle, but they solved their own riddle.
It's clear you don't want us to succeed.
But in the midst of our riddle solving, something tragic happened to our associate, P555.
Ah, they took him. Did you friend him?
Nope. Cries.
Our dear friend P555 disappeared. We had to put our mystery of the silent ghost aside as we go on an adventure to search for our lost friend.
Suspiciously empty in here. The parlor's always popping at this time of night.
I hope they didn't cook him. Sad face.
The island was only so big, he had to be around here somewhere.
Oh God.
Holy moly.
We couldn't find him anywhere, but that's when I realized that we could find his igloo. It could give us a clue if he was online or not. All I remembered was that he had a lot of 5s in his names, but after searching, we couldn't find it. What we did find, however, was the ghost's igloo. Automaton. P555 was very intrigued with the ghost earlier, so we visited their igloo hoping to find a clue, but it was empty. There were so many questions and so little answers. Why is the ghost silent? Where did P555 go? And why is this guy trying to pick up girls on Club Penguin?
Run away with me. Hello?
Dude, the bottom left corner. Oh.
She left!
You chopped bud.
Hey there. Come back! Tussle me! Your outfit is not cute.
At least I have one. P5 and I are adventurers of a sort. Penguins fear us.
P56 suggested that we start an adventuring business of sorts, and I agreed, but first I needed to feed my cat.
Please like and subscribe so bro can continue to feed me.
By the time I came back, P56 did have to leave, so I wished them a good night. I've only been playing for less than an hour, but I already made such a great friend. That short adventure we had opened a childlike imagination that I had when I first played this game years ago. I truly felt like I was a kid playing Club Penguin again. With first impressions of the game out of the way, it was time to get to work. My journey to 100% Club Penguin begins with the minigame Aqua Grabber, a game found on the legendary frozen iceberg. By coming here, we immediately earned our first stamp going places. Remember, after every minigame completion, I must obtain at least one side quest stamp to accompany it. This will be the first of many. Now, Aqua Grabber has a total of 20 stamps, which is quite a lot. Each stamp is also color-coded by difficulty: green for easy, yellow for challenging, blue for pain, and red for I'm going to rip my hair out. The goal is simple: pilot a submarine and collect treasure. Our first challenge: take the black pearl from this clam. The black one? Got a stamp, okay. But that was only the appetizer. At the bottom of the sea sat a massive clam guarding a pearl so big it could make any lady penguin happy. But you couldn't just grab it, you had to perform a little bait and switch. Find a pearl-shaped rock, sneak it into the clam's mouth, and snag the real pearl while it's distracted. Do it perfectly and you earn 2 stamps: Clam Success and Clam Master, one for completing the level and one for not losing a single life. I did go back and redo the level grabbing pearls from all the smaller clams because that gives us the Pearl Capture stamp. Next up was Clam Timer. To get it, I had to beat the level before the clock ran out. Now, Aqua Grabber was a childhood favorite for a lot of penguins, but not for me. Kid me didn't have the dexterity to steer a submarine, and honestly, adult me might not either. Ooh, I low-key like that beat though. After a few humiliating crashes, I somehow pulled it off, earning the timer stamp with seconds to spare. And finally, I went for 2 more stamps: Clam Compress and Clam Pressure. Both had to be done in 1 life in compressed air mode, where your sub is basically made of glass. 1 bump and your penguin becomes sushi, but against all odds, we did it on our first try. With clam waters behind me, I unlocked the next level, Soda Seas. The goal here is to collect every soda barrel and clean the ocean. Once you do, new areas open up and that's where the real treasures hide. Some of the stamps here were basically remixes of the ones from the previous level. Complete the level without losing life, finish the time trial, survive the compressed air mode, you get the idea. After a few runs, I had them all checked off, but that's when I met the mullet. A giant red legendary fish, the final boss of Aqua Grabber. The mullet stamp was the only red stamp in this game and the hardest to earn. To catch it, you couldn't just grab it directly, you needed bait. And not just any bait. I couldn't just use a worm that is hidden over in this cave for some reason. No, I had to offer it a fish. Yes, got it. With my bait in hand, the hunt for the mullet began. And yes, we got it. No! No. Okay. Be very careful. No! What happens now? What happens now? My first attempt wasn't so lucky, nor was my second or third, and I kid you not, I literally spent the next hour trying to catch this stupid red fish. I lost the mullet so much that I started to lose my mind. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go crazy. But then, by some miracle, yes, yes! Why? I was so close. I was so close. It was devastating, so I decided to take a break from the mullet and focus on the easier stamps instead. When you move the mullet out of the way, a hidden path actually opens up, and down here a crab guards a stash of treasure. If you leave him alone long enough, he crawls out and gives you a gem, rewarding you with the soda treasure stamp. But if you want to be evil and steal his treasure instead. Yeah, we got it. Oh, what happened, little boy? Can I grab you as well?
Just you wait. I'm going to make you suffer later.
After robbing the crab, I had enough coins to adopt my first pet in the game, a pink puffle named Strawberry. This little guy became my new dive partner, unlocking the Aqua Puffle stamp. Strawberry even provided me with bubbles in case I was running low on air. Yes! But this is when I learned the mullet wasn't the only legendary creature we can earn a stamp for underwater. That's right, there's another stamp that requires us to spot the mythical squid. The squid can only be spotted in the clam waters level, and it was a green stamp, so it should have been easy, right? Well, yes and no. The squid has a 5% chance of spawning every time you start the level, so it's all down to how lucky you were. And let's just say I wasn't so lucky because it took Strawberry and I 30 minutes of restarting the level until it finally happened. Oh, we got it! Yes! Let's go. That legit took 50 tries, man. We finally seen the squid. But there was still one stamp left. The mullet. I had avoided it long enough and it was now time to end this. Alright, we got it. Now we just gotta go down. Steady, steady. Okay, so gentle, gentle. Go through here. Go up. Nice, 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 nice. And we just gotta make it through here now. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Get in there, boy! Oh my gosh! That took forever. Now we just have to finish the rest. And just like that, I had collected every Aqua Grabber stamp. It only took us a little over 4 hours. I also think that it would be a cool idea if we ranked each game after completing them to show how much pain I went through to get them. So on the difficulty ranking, I'm going to give Aqua Grabber a blue stamp. It was definitely hard to achieve, but not impossible. But if Aqua Grabber was this hard, how bad could the next game be? I think the next game we could probably beat in like 3 hours or so, but now I gotta do a side quest stamp, so let's do an easier one. Clock target. Hit the clock target 10 times in a row. Nice, we got it. That was a much needed break from the mullet. Oh my gosh, the ghost is still here. Ghost, do you speak? It seemed like the ghost's missing voice still remained a mystery, but I noticed that there was a community board where penguins could host their own events. If you remember, one of my goals was to host a huge party at the end of the video to obtain one of the hardest side quest stamps in the game, Party Host. So I already knew what I had to do. On the other hand, there was a party in the town tomorrow hosted by a penguin named Stamp, so I made sure to set my alarm because it was at 7:30 in the morning. In the meantime, I decided to start the next game on the list, Astro Barrier. It only had 12 stamps compared to Aqua Grabber's 20, so it shouldn't take as long. This was a classic Club Penguin arcade shooter where you blast targets from your spaceship. You move left and right shooting the moving objects, but every shot counts. If you ran out of ammo, then the game was over. Some levels you had to be really strategic in which object you shoot first, as it could block your shot for another. Oh no, Reed got to me. Others, you could get a 1-up by shooting a specific target first. Luckily for me, I was able to clear all 40 levels on my first go, awarding me the Astro 5 and Astro 40 stamp. Then I met the no miss stamps. To get Astro 5, Astro 10, and Astro 20 max, I had to clear 5, 10, and 20 levels without missing a single shot. One slip of the flipper meant back to square one. Let me tell you, this was the most concentrated I've ever been. I did not want to miss a single shot. 20 levels complete! Let's go! After I hit 20 perfect levels, I thought I'd done it, so I quit the game proud of myself until I saw this. 1 through 30 with... No, that was 1! I didn't even know! I shouldn't have closed it. Going through levels 1 through 20 without missing a single shot was already hard enough, but doing it all the way to level 30 sank my heart. And I'm not sure why, but it just felt like I lost a lot of my motivation because I tried again and again and could not even scratch level 20 like I did previously. With every attempt, I could feel my concentration sinking. What am I doing? What am I doing? Something needed to change, so I asked this penguin.
Slay, can you hype me up?
Listen here, rookie, the barriers may be tough, but if you crumble at one barrier, you'll never be able to succeed. So get up, and go slay it out there.
Let's go! Let's go! Ah! And it was exactly what I needed to boost my motivation because I locked in harder than I've ever locked in and got all the way to level 29 without missing a single shot. Okay. Yes! 30. Okay, this one isn't too bad. I've done this a few times. Okay. Alright. It was all down to this last shot. I'm going insane. I cannot take this anymore. I've been stuck on this stupid level for so long. And I think I just gotta go and take a break or something. Go to bed or something, man. The next morning, I logged on bright and early for the party that was supposedly being hosted in town by Stamp. I waddled over to the gift shop first because I couldn't be caught lacking with no drip at the party, and this is when I found the strawberry ice cream hat. It was perfect because if you couldn't tell, my YouTube avatar is a strawberry ice cream man. I arrived early, waited a few minutes, and then a few more. No one showed up. I wasn't sure if I was on the right server, so I hopped around, but I didn't see a penguin named Stamp. I decided to continue my Astro Barrier grind. This time I was going to focus on some of the other stamps, some secret stamps. You see, in Astro Barrier, if you wait on the loading screen before level 11 for 30 seconds, a spaceship appears. Shoot it and it unlocks an entire hidden set of levels, earning you the Astro Secret Stamp. But it doesn't end there. If you make it to the loading screen before level 31 and wait again, another ship appears. Shooting this one gives you the Ship Blast stamp while also unlocking the extreme secret levels. These levels require a little bit more puzzle solving but also impeccable timing. If you manage to complete all the secret levels in one go, you'll get rewarded Astro Expert and Astro Master. And now there was only one stamp left to go. Astro 30 Max. It wasn't even a red stamp, but it was without a doubt the hardest challenge in the entire game. I restarted again and again, and there were so many times when I was so close but the game crashed on me. I kept going. And then I was back. 30. Last one. Ooh, okay, here we go. This is the final shot, guys. The final shot. Yes! 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 It took us almost 7 hours to 100% Astro Barrier. On the difficulty scale, this game is definitely above Aqua Grabber, so I'm giving it a red stamp. I have only completed 2 out of the 14 minigames so far. This was just the beginning. Before we moved on to our next game, I wanted to chill out and work on some of my side quest stamps. That's when I met P568779. He was trying to get the snapshot stamp, which required owning a camera. I also needed the same stamp, so we decided to work together. We searched all over the island looking for a place where we could purchase a camera, but we didn't have any luck. We ultimately concluded that they were seasonal items. Remember how I said that some stamps were impossible to get right now and that's why I'm only focusing on the game stamps? Well, this was one of them. The gift shop rotates in stock new items every month and we'd have to wait a few months until the camera was in rotation in order to get the stamp. But for now, my new friend and I decided to get some of the other seasonal side quest stamps such as Batter Up and Home Run, as this month the hockey rink had been turned into a baseball field. We headed to the stage to get another stamp. This was a total of 3 side quest stamps complete, which will cover for our next couple of games since we only have to do one, and here we just had a little chat. I learned that it was his first day back on Club Penguin since he was a kid. He was revisiting for nostalgia reasons. I told him that I was recording a video trying to collect every stamp and he said,
"Shout out to all your viewers."
If you're watching this, shout out to you as well, P568779. We did have to leave, so we said our goodbyes. It was a simple encounter, but honestly a really wholesome moment. Meeting new people, helping each other out, and reconnecting with our past. It reminded me why this game is still so loved all these years later. But now it was time to get back to the grind. No, like literally, we'll be grinding the rails because the next game was one of my childhood favorites, Kart Surfer. But before diving in, I needed a partner, so I adopted a black Puffle and named him Oreo. Together we'd be the ultimate duo. On our first run, we were already off to a strong start, pulling off over 20 tricks with my Puffle for the ultimate duo stamp. And by performing 10 tricks outside the cart, we got Mind Mission. On the second run, I hit 10 tricks inside the cart, giving us Mind Marvel, and also earned more than 150 coins, giving us Cart Pro. The next few stamps came so fast. Recovering from a wobble with Oreo gave me great balance and Puffle Power, Surf's Up for surfing around 8 corners, Flip Mania for flipping 20 times without crashing, Mind Grind for grinding around 8 corners, Trick Master for performing every trick in the game, and finally Kart Expert for earning 250 coins in a single run. Before we knew it, there was only one stamp left, the only red stamp in the game, Kart Master. To earn it, I needed to earn 350 coins in a single session. So I did what any pro penguin would do. I spammed backflips and side flips like no tomorrow, and after a few solid runs, we did it. Record time. So I got all the stamps. Compared to the last two games, this was a speed run. We got all 12 card server stamps in just 26 minutes and 21 seconds. After hours of suffering from Aqua Grabber and Astro Barrier, card server felt like a well-deserved break, so I'm giving it a green stamp for being relatively easy to 100%. With 3 games behind us, a very special person was waiting for me in the town. Yo, P569396,
Yo,
what is up?
Oh, I just walked away. P566459. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm your biggest fan.
So this was my friend Marcus. Those of you who watched my previous Club Penguin video know that he's my childhood best friend who used to play a lot of Club Penguin with me.
Hi.
I decided to show him around. Dude, look at this freaking shark over here throwing it down.
Yo.
Look at him, bro. Wait, he's about to hit the worm. Yo! Do you see the 2 people with the firefighters trying to put out this guy's fire in the water?
Nah, my man's hand is too high. Unfair.
Help, my friend is on fire!
The Club Penguin community never ceases to surprise us because the next thing we saw was unbelievable.
Therapy at my Iggy. We accept insurance.
Which one do we go? Therapy or American Horror House?
Dude, therapy, bro. Bro, they're not kidding.
What brings y'all here?
I just got back from vacation, and now life feels stressful again.
That's always a hard transition.
CP is the best post-work distressor, haha.
Pause.
After a few conversations, the host decided to move everyone together in a circle. Dude, isn't it crazy that everyone here is above the age of 20?
Yeah, I know, everybody's an old head here.
It's crazy to think about that. This game used to be made for kids, but now everyone playing are adults.
I spend all my money on Labubu.
This was enough therapy for us for one day, so we decided to visit another igloo. This penguin was advertising trivia at the igloo, so we had to check it out. Oh my gosh, there's actually so many people here.
What country has the strongest currency in the world?
USA!
Nope.
What? Wait. Yes!
What is it?
Kuwait, I looked it up, bro.
Ice cream head got it. Get up there.
What is Obama's first name? Barack. Wait, his first name isn't president?
To end the night, we joined a fashion show.
Theme is favorite holiday.
Yay, President's Day!
All right, man, I'm gonna hop off.
Sounds good, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for hanging, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. See you, bro.
Bye.
And with that, we decided to call it a night. There was something magical about it. 2 grown-ups revisiting the same world we once explored as kids. It was definitely a different experience, but still a special moment. Marcus, I know you're watching this video, bro. Give me a kiss. Mwah. When I logged in the next day, I was ready for my next game, Catchin Waves, but when I went to the cove to play it... What is going on here?
I'm afraid of clowns.
Not entirely sure what was going on, but I didn't judge. Catchin Waves has a total of 22 stamps, which meant I was in for a long ride, so I started with the basics. The tutorial taught me everything, how to jump, flip, and do tricks without wiping out. In that first run alone, I earned 3 stamps, and by completing the tutorial, I earned the graduate stamp. But I needed a little help, so I adopted a red puffle named Cherry because apparently red puffles are natural born surfers. With Cherry's help, I was able to get the Puffle Surfing stamp, but also Easy Grind and Flip Star, which required me to flip 3 times and land on a grind combo of 100. The next 3 stamps were all about spinning as much as I could. If I did it correctly, I could obtain all 3 of them in one go. Nice, we did a max spin of 10. In Catchin Waves, there were different game modes, and one of them was competition mode where you surf for points in front of judges. There's a special stamp called Puffle Podium that you can only get if you let your Puffle win instead of you, so I threw the match and Cherry got first place. But the next competition, I couldn't go easy on Cherry as I needed the first place stamp. A few more tricks and I was able to get Trick Star, meaning I performed every trick in the game, and by performing a 1000 point combo while shooting the tube gave me the Easy Tube and Super Tube stamp. I still needed the Max Tube stamp though, which was a bit harder for me to control as I needed to score 5000 points inside the tube, but after a few attempts I was able to achieve it. Yes, we did it! A lot of these stamps, if I did correctly, I could earn all of them simultaneously, such as these next few where I did a legendary combo of flips and grinds giving me Super Grind, Max Grind, and Max Flips. I was excited because I was breezing through all of these stamps. I had spent a little over an hour to get 19 out of the 22 stamps, and the next one was easy as well. I just need to jump as high as I could to obtain it. But that was nothing compared to what came next. The last two stamps, Shark and Survivor, the only two red stamps, were locked behind Survivor mode. You surf the largest wave ever discovered while dodging icebergs being hurled at you like you're the Titanic. The goal? Survive 10 minutes straight without wiping out. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. It will probably take me another hour maximum. No. I spent the next 4 hours clicking non-stop to maintain balance dodging these icebergs. My hand was shaking, my brain was melting. It doesn't even look that bad here, but in that moment, I swear these icebergs were coming at me at lightning speed. Every time I thought that I was close to the end, I would wipe out. Some guides said that I needed to survive 10 minutes, others said that I needed 20,000 points to reach the end, and I swear I did both multiple times, but still, I couldn't see the shark nor the end. That's when I found another guide explaining the phases of the wave. There were interchanging phases of icebergs and waves, and the final phase was a massive wave that travels extremely fast. The trick was to gain as much distance from the wave as possible by timing every up and down perfectly. Don't even care about dodging the icebergs because if you spam click fast enough, you can maintain your balance before the next iceberg hit. You just gotta focus on your movement, and that's exactly what I did, making sure I couldn't see the wave behind me at all until I was back here at the final stage again where the wave travels incredibly fast. I had to keep moving, I couldn't let the wave swallow me now. Yes, girl, let's go! Come at me, shark. I see this shark. I'm ready for you. Ow. I wiped out, but it didn't matter because I still had one more life to complete the level. At least I still have one more life. I think I did it. Yeah! Dude, that took 5 hours, bro. That took 5 hours. It took me 5 hours and 43 minutes to complete Catchin Waves. My hand was physically shaking and hurting from how much I was clicking. And I would later find out that I didn't even need to spam click to maintain balance. I just had to hold down my left click. But it didn't matter now. All that matters is that it's over. The last two stamps in Catchin Waves were hard to get, but I think it was a lot more stimulating for me than Astro Barrier. So I'm going to give it a red stamp, but rank it just behind Astro Barrier in difficulty. After a gruesome 4 hours of clicking, I headed to the underground pool to relax a bit, giving us the underground side quest stamp. But the next game is one of the most iconic one in Club Penguin history. I had to hit the gift shop so I could look the part because the next game was located in the heart of the dojo, Card Jitsu. Card Jitsu had a total of 10 stamps. I talked to Sensei to get my first deck of cards and officially began my training to become a ninja. So Card Jitsu is kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Fire beats snow, snow beats water, and water beats fire. To win a match, you need to collect 3 cards of different elements in different colors or 3 cards of the same element in 3 different colors. My first win, I used only snow element cards to beat this penguin, giving me the 1 element stamp. If I were to beat a penguin using all of the different elements, I would get the elemental win stamp. Let's go! Baited him. That was an intense match. After a few rounds of Card Jitsu, I realized there were booster packs that I could buy, giving me better cards to use against others. Because I had a lot of coins from 100%ing the previous games, I decided to buy a few. And with my new cards, I was able to earn Sensei's respect, giving me the white belt and the grasshopper stamp. If I wanted to challenge Sensei one day, I'd have to climb the ranks and earn my black belt. For now, a different challenger appeared.
My arch nemesis. Stop that.
Shiver me timbers.
This was my friend Arp. He decided to join me for a bit as Card Jitsu was his favorite minigame on Club Penguin. And I won't lie, Arp was horrible. Horrible at Card Jitsu, I tell you, despite it just being rock, paper, scissors. I literally beat him 5 times in a row, and I even tried to flawless him by not letting him gain any cards. Should've gave me the flawless victory, bro. They're just giving it to me.
At least you did perfect, man.
That's one of my stamps too. I
That's
need
a
to
win
get a
in my
flawless
book.
victory. But a few rounds later, I did achieve a flawless victory against him.
You're hacking. How do you always know?
I think because I knew Arp as a friend, I could somewhat predict what type of cards he was going to play and even get into his head. Oh, I'm gonna play fire this time. I told you I was playing fire, bro. Did I get into your head, bro? Even though card Jitsu is just basically rock, paper, scissors, there's some strategy to it. You can kind of predict and manipulate your opponents into playing certain cards just by looking at what cards they need and what cards you need. Or will he play fire?
You're going down! No!
That's probably why I was able to stack up 9 cards on art before winning, earning the full dojo stamp, one of the 2 red stamps of card Jitsu. I continued to climb the belts, achieving the Match Master stamp for winning 25 total matches, and before I knew it, I was already halfway to my black belt, giving me the Fine Student stamp. After a few losses, ARP was finally able to win a few matches against me.
Yes! I think I should end it with a win. And I'm a yellow belt now.
Nice, bro. Finally made it out of the white.
Yellow's 1 step below black.
Bruh. What you talking about? After ARP left, I continued my card Jitsu training until I finally reached my black belt, giving me the true ninja stamp. With this, I was now ready to challenge Sensei. Let's go, Sensei. It's the battle of the century. Alright, I'm going with the good old snow card. Always. Oh. I'm on fire. I want to continue using a snow card, Sensei. Oh, you went fire again. Okay, are you gonna go fire again? You probably won't. So let's go with snow card again. Oh wow, he keeps using fire. But you can't have so many fire cards. Is this time we go water? Oh. Dude, he's able to see my cards or something, bro. I got destroyed. So the reason why you need a black belt to defeat Sensei is because he can quite literally predict all of your cards. It was still hard to beat him with a black belt, but it's pretty much impossible to beat him without one. But after a few rounds, I was able to best Sensei. Yeah, I won. GG, Sensei. Beating Sensei, I was now officially a ninja master. However, there was still 1 red stamp left in card Jitsu. That stamp was Sensei card. In order to obtain it, you need Sensei to play a specific card. It was incredibly rare and completely based on luck for him to play this card, but not impossible. Remember how I said card Jitsu is all about predicting and manipulating your opponent into playing certain cards? Because Sensei was so good at predicting, I was going to use that against him and manipulate him to play this specific card. I knew the card was a snow card, so I kept spamming water cards at him, and literally on my first try. Hey, we got it. Actually, that's awesome. And just like that, I had mastered card Jitsu in a little over 4 hours. It wasn't hard by any means trying to obtain all the stamps, it just took a little patience, so I'm going to give it a yellow stamp for difficulty. But my journey didn't end there. Right after my victory, a secret door opened in the corner of the dojo. I went inside and there was a guy here.
You must be a master firebender.
The guy didn't respond, but he walked over to the left and vanished. Where did he go? I decided to look for clues and found a martial arts booklet where I was able to purchase my ninja outfit. I decided to try it on.
Boo. Must have been the wind.
So can you be my friend?
Sure.
Wow, you are real.
Must have been the wind.
Enough messing around. I needed to figure out how that firebender disappeared, and then I clicked this. Whoa! Whoa! Did you guys see that? Whoa! We had just unlocked our next game, Card Jitsu Fire. With only 8 stamps to achieve, I was ready to learn the ways of the Fire Ninja. Card Jitsu Fire was a bit different from the original. Instead of traditional card duels, we move across tiles of fire, water, and snow. Instead of a 1v1 now, you can now duel up to 4 players at once. By landing on a specific elemental tile, you need to each put down a card of that element. Whichever player has the highest number wins the round, allowing them to keep their energy, which was the point system in this game. If you land on a card Jitsu tile, you play normal card Jitsu against a player, allowing you to gain a point if you win. I'm still kind of a little bit confused, but I think I'm getting it. Nice! And surprisingly, on my first match, I got one of the hardest stamps in the game, Max Energy, which is pretty much obtained by winning 3 normal card Jitsu rounds in a match. By getting Max Energy, we actually automatically got the Score Fire stamp as well, which was to just gain 1 energy point by winning 1 card Jitsu match. After a few more rounds, I received my Fire Sandal from Sensei. Instead of belts, we worked towards completing our Fire Suit in Card Jitsu Fire. I was heating up, but even ninjas needed a break, so midway through my training, I decided to hit the nightclub because I got so excited with Card Jitsu Fire that I low-key forgot to do a side quest. Yay! Let's go, dance party.
I'm so unemployed!
This other penguin asked if he could get 5 penguins to help with a snowball stamp, so I gladly jumped in. Let's go! With 2 side quests complete, I got back to my fire training and earned the Magma Coat, earning me the Fire Midway stamp. At first, I thought Card Jitsu Fire didn't have any strategy to it, but I was wrong. The more I played, the more I started to see a pattern. You see, players will typically play the element that they have cards for and avoid elements that they don't have cards for. So if you just keep track of their playstyles, you can predict what cards they have in their hand and use that against them. It's my turn. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Snow because he doesn't have a Snow card. Yes, sir, and I win. Hit him with a GG's.
Is this a Club Penguin sweat in my ear?
I am, bro. Learning this, I was able to get a flawless victory, earning me the strong defense stamp, and soon I would win 10 total matches, giving me the warm-up stamp. The thing with Card Jitsu Fire is that it took a lot of patience, not because the hardest stamp required us to win 50 total matches, but because it was hard to find a match. In order to unlock Card Jitsu Fire, you need to beat normal Card Jitsu, therefore the matchmaking had far less players.
Toby joined my G.
Sometimes I just sit there waiting for 5 minutes for a fellow penguin to duel me, but regardless, I was able to complete my fire suit, and now all that's left was to beat Sensei and win 50 matches. It started to become harder and harder to find matches, so I decided to take a break, and that's when I noticed a very special friend was online.
P5!
P566, my adventuring associate.
Stop farting.
Remember P56, the first friend that I met on day 1, my venturing associate? Well, now we're going to call her Mags because P56 is too much.
How old are y'all?
I'm 49!
I'm 49. Perfect.
Are you indeed?
No, I was joking. I'm actually 67.
I was going to say, 49 seemed young.
I still got it. Arthritis got nothing on me. Remember, Mags and I wanted to start an adventuring business, but in order to have a business, we needed clients.
Oh boy. A penguin can hardly breathe in here.
You see that sheep? King! My Majesty.
How convenient, we stumbled upon a king.
She's AFK.
Always an obstacle. You remind me of a ghost we once met.
Automaton.
Indeed. Any relation of yours?
Yes, Automaton. The mysterious ghost that lost their voice, and this guy looked awfully lot like them.
I know Automaton.
Oh shoot! The lore gets deeper. Gothi said Automaton was their friend, but they didn't know them too well. They'd never spoken, which makes sense, and then...
Who's the ghost?
King! Your Majesty.
We asked the king what she knew about Automaton, but she didn't know anything. The mystery of the silent ghost remained unsolved, and for me, my eyes started to hurt from playing too much Card Jitsu for one day, so we decided to resume our adventure another time. There's just a line of penguins eating pizza right now. It's always something new with this community, but with my eyes well rested, I was ready to get back into the Card Jitsu grind. Today, I was going to challenge Sensei. I put on my new fire suit, hit a pose, and was ready. I used everything that I learned from my many matches before and kept track of what Sensei had in his hand, and by some miracle, yay, let's go! We beat Sensei! All I needed now was to win 50 total matches to get my last stamp. I knew I was close because I kept track of all my wins in a notebook, and soon I had it. Hey! That was my 50th match! Card Jitsu Fire was a really enjoyable 100%. It took me about 6.5 hours to complete, so I'm putting it slightly above Card Jitsu in difficulty. It wasn't hard by any means, but it did take a lot of patience, especially trying to win the 50 total match stamp. After the fire dojo, I needed a break, so I figured it was time to get a job at the coffee shop. My mission was to serve up hot drinks and earn a few side quests. The customers loved me, I think, but I was able to serve up 50 coffees, so I see it as a success. And with the coffee rush done, it was time to do something a little bit more peaceful: ice fishing. This was a game that I had very fond memories of playing as a kid with my cousins on a small laptop to see who could catch them all. There were 10 stamps in total, and I was determined to catch them all. The first few came quickly: Fishtastic and Fishnado for catching 45 fish without any mistakes, Fly Fisher for catching 63 fish in 5 minutes, and of course the big prize mullet. This guy was definitely a lot easier to catch in ice fishing than Aqua Grabber. Feeding the shark gave me the shark attack stamp, and I need to get shocked exactly 3 times to get shock king and cut exactly 3 times to get crab cuts. The last 3 stamps I could get all of them in one go. I need to purchase a special rod because it required me to catch gray fish. If I caught 15 of them, I would achieve the gray fish stamp. Perfecting the run without losing a single worm would give me the worm win, and also catching them all in the same run will give me the red stamp, Ace Angler. And just like that, I had them all. It only took me 31 minutes and 3 seconds to 100% ice fishing. I'll give it a green stamp for being really easy, but put it right above Kart Surfer because I still think Kart Surfer was the easiest to do so far. I forgot to press record, but I basically went back to the coffee shop and obtained the coffee server stamp as a side quest. I also adopted a green Puffle named Mint because the next game we're playing is Jetpack Adventure. It had a total of 18 stamps, and by taking my green Puffle, I would automatically get the stamp Puffle Pilot. If I lifted off and landed back on the launch pad, I would get another stamp, Lift Off. This game basically involves you flying across the island, collecting coins, dodging hazards, and if you're like me, running out of fuel halfway through the level. But it's okay because I plan to land on a fuel can to give me the fuel wing stamp. So Jetpack Adventures has 5 total levels. If I was able to collect all the fuel cans from each level, I would get a stamp for each. Getting all the fuel cans from levels 1 and 2, I received fuel rank 1 and fuel rank 2. But I guess I missed a fuel can on level 3 because I didn't get a stamp for it. I did manage to get all the fuel cans on level 4 and also find all of the 1-ups in the game, giving me both 1-up leader and 1-up captain. Completing level 5 and getting all the fuel cans, I received Jetpack 5 and fuel rank 5. Because I missed a fuel can in level 3, I redid all the levels again to make sure I got all of the fuel cans this time, and once I had them all, I received the fuel command stamp. The next few stamps were all about the money. There were 2 stamps called Puffle Bonus and Puffle Plus where I had to let my Puffle collect a certain amount of coins. If my Puffle could collect just 450 coins, I could earn both of them at once. But when I completed the level, I only received Puffle Bonus and somehow got the Catchin stamp as well, which required me to earn 650 coins in game. I only collected 491 coins that game, so I'm not sure how I got it, but I'm not questioning things. I tried again to collect 450 coins with my Puffle only, but I completely forgot to watch my fuel and ran out. No! Oh yes! By some miracle, my Puffle grabbed the fuel can as I was falling midair, which actually gave us one of the hardest stamps in the game, Puffle Boost. Now, I wish I could say the Puffle Plus stamp was easy, but it took me so many tries until my Puffle finally was able to collect 450 coins on his own to get the stamp. Puffle, grab that! Grab that 10 coin! And now it was down to the hardest stamp in the game, Ace Pilot. This stamp required me to beat all 5 levels without collecting a single coin. It sounded easy until I got to level 4. This level was inside of a cave and in my way were coins all around. No! I touched the coin. I would fail over and over again at the entrance of a level 4, each time sending me all the way back to level 1 to start again. After a few failed attempts, I needed a new strategy. I decided instead of trying to maneuver my way in between the coins, I was just going to tank my way through the walls. Blasted through right here. And then slowly descended. Oh! And it actually worked. Level 4 was the hardest level to get past coins, and if I was just careful enough, I would be able to breeze through level 5 without collecting a single coin, achieving the Ace Pilot stamp. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes! I did need one more stamp, but this stamp was an easy one. All I had to do was crash into a forest on level 3. For me, I think Jetpack Adventure was a bit harder than Aqua Grabbers, but not impossible. The Puffle Plus and Ace Pilot stamp definitely took a long time to obtain, and with the restriction of fuel, you really had to know where you were going. So I'm going to give it a blue stamp and put it right above Aqua Grabbers for difficulty. After soaring through the skies in Jetpack Adventure, I decided to touch back down to reality and get another job, this time at the pizza parlor. Alright, so let's put on our pizza apron and our pizza hat. We're ready to clock in for work. Who wants some pizza? Coffee? Eventually the pizza orders started to come in and I got the pizza waiter stamp for serving 5 pizzas while emoting, and also pizza time for serving 5 pizzas in one session. But I didn't just come here to serve pizza, I wanted to make them. So I headed into the back of the kitchen where the infamous pizza making machine was, Pizzatron 3000. As a kid, this game destroyed me. With a total of 10 stamps, I could never really keep up with the conveyor belt and miss a ton of toppings back then. But now, as an adult, this game was easy peasy. Maybe because I've worked fast food before, but these orders came flying in and the pizzas went flying out perfectly. On my first run, I got the spicy achievement by making 3 shrimp pizzas with hot sauce, then King Chef's hat for 20 perfect pizzas, Pizza Chef for 30, and finally Pizza Master for sending out all 40 pizzas flawlessly. Now, if you guys didn't know, you can actually play a candy pizza mode by flipping this lever on the main screen. By doing so, you'll get the Just Dessert stamp. In this mode, you top your pizzas with candy toppings. By making 3 jelly bean chocolate pizzas, I got the cocoa bean stamp. And by completing all 40 candy pizzas flawlessly, we obtained the other red stamp in the game, Dessert Chef. But now, I needed to throw my perfection away because the next stamp, Food Fiasco, required me to get messy in the kitchen. With the 2 red stamps out of the way, the last 2 I would argue were a lot harder because it all comes down to RNG. Fiery Squid required me to make 3 squid pizzas with hot sauce, and Candyland required me to make 3 marshmallow pizzas with pink sauce. However, some games I would only get 2 pizzas of that exact order and not the third. I just had to be patient and keep playing until RNG was in my favor, and eventually I got my 3rd Fiery Squid pizza and also my 3rd Candyland order. With that, we had all 10 stamps in just about an hour. I personally thought Pizzatron was a really easy 100%, but I can see how the 2 red stamps could give some people trouble. I'm going to give it a yellow stamp and put it behind Card Jitsu in the difficulty ranking. Who is farting up in here, bro?
Are you lactose intolerant? You might not want to eat cheese pizza.
Finished with Pizzatron, I decided I was done with getting a job. I wanted to enjoy the unemployed life and eat, so I ate at the pizza parlor and at the coffee shop to get the full course stamp. With my stomach full and my motivation high, it was time to take on one of the longest games in Club Penguin, Puffle Rescue. A rescue mission where we had to rescue Puffles, solve puzzles, and also make sure our timing was absolutely perfect. This game had 27 stamps total, the most out of any of the games so far, and with 3 game modes, snow, sea, and caves, each with their own unique levels and stamps, I knew I was in for a long ride. I started with the snow levels. The goal was simple: hop across icy platforms to save stranded Puffles. My first stamp, Snow Student, came as a surprise. It required me to complete 3 levels with no more than 70 moves, but as I climbed through the levels, things started to get a bit tricky. Every move mattered. Every misstep meant a frozen penguin. After rescuing 30 Puffles, I got the SOS 30 stamp. As the levels increased, the speed at which the platforms moved also increased, and I started to slip up. I ended up only making it to level 21 on my first run. On my next run, I was going for the Snowmaster stamp, in which I had to complete 6 levels and no more than 160 moves. This stamp wasn't too hard to get, but the hardest stamp in the snow level was the Snow Hero stamp, where I had to complete 9 levels and no more than 270 moves. It sounds easy, but I was basically only limited to moving up and down. Any moves to the left and right would be a waste. I started to count my steps, and every time I made an extra move, I had to restart. After more than an hour trying, I finally had a run where I was almost perfect, but oh my, no, I was greedy! So you can actually complete 9 levels in about 260 something moves. The stamp requires us to do it in less than 270. If I made sure I took as little steps as possible, I could still achieve it. I made it back, and please give it to me. Oh, I got it! Yes! 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 I continued playing, reaching the high levels where I got the SOS 60 stamp for rescuing 60 Puffles. With the hardest stamps of the snow level out of the way, the last 3 were easy. In level 7, 8, and 9, there were hidden coin bags. By stepping on all the cracks on level 7, you'll unlock the first coin bag. By getting the coin bag in 7, a floating key will appear on level 8. By bringing this key to the last Puffle, a chest will appear, unlocking the second coin bag. Finally, on level 9, 3 floating light bulbs will appear. The goal is to make sure you turn all 3 of them on at once, which will give you the final coin bag. With all 3 coin bags collected, we had completed all the stamps on the snow level. It was time for us to move on to the sea level. Instead of hopping on ice now, we had to swim across the sea, trying to avoid these Shocktopus and also making sure we don't sink into the abyss. By completing the first 5 levels in under 30 seconds, I was able to get the Rapid Rescue stamp. In the sea level, there were also hidden coin bags. The first one appeared on level 7, where you had to keep using the vents to propel you upwards until you see a bubble holding a coin bag. The next coin bag appeared on level 8, where you had to go to the top left vent and follow a set of air bubbles. If you follow it all the way to the end, there should be another coin bubble waiting for you. The final coin bag was on level 9, where you had to just continue to swim upwards until you see this giant bubble. If you keep bouncing on this bubble, it will propel you far enough to reach the final coin bag. I didn't bounce enough, so I ended up just barely missing the coin bag and disappeared into the abyss. However, I was able to redo it and get it on my second try. By completing 10 levels each under 30 seconds, I got the Express Rescue stamp and also the 10 sea level stamps for completing it with 5 lives. Completing 20 levels with 5 lives gave us the 20 sea level stamps, but completing 30 levels with 5 lives proved to be a bit challenging because as the levels increased, the speed of the Shocktopus also increased. Oh my days. Especially on level 26, there was this one part that I just did over and over again because I could not find a window to squeeze past through these buggers. My timing had to be perfect, so I practiced until I got past it. And finally, I was on level 29 faced with the same challenge. If I mistimed this, I would have to restart all over from level 1. Yes! I did it. Level 30 was easy, so I took my time and finally obtained the hardest stamp of this mode, the 30 sea level stamp. The last stamp I had to be speedy as I had to complete 20 levels in under 30 seconds, but with so much practice on timing, I was able to quickly achieve it. The final mode was the cave levels. It's sort of like the snow level where you had to move on moving minecarts while also watching for collapsing floors. Like the previous levels, there were hidden coin bags in the caves as well. On the first level, if you go downwards following this path, you will find a coin bag giving you the first stamp. For the second level, you just had to move as fast as you can to get the coin bag before it falls. The next coin bag was hidden on level 4 where we had to make it to the end where the second puffle is and head to the right by following this path. At the end of the path, you obtain the cave coins plus stamp. On level 5, we just had to move as fast as possible towards the top left side before the steam got to the coin, and the next coin bag was on level 7 where you had to go downwards following this path. It would have actually been painful if I had to figure out this entire sequence myself. Shout out to this channel, Roaring CPPS, for guiding me through these hidden paths. This last and final coin bag was on level 8. It's another level where you had to just move as fast as you could before the coin fell to the steam. The final 4 stamps could all be achieved on level 9 as 3 of them, Easy Cannon, Super Cannon, and Extreme Cannon, all required to destroy a certain amount of cannons. If I was able to destroy 15 cannons all at once, I would automatically get all 3 stamps. However, this would prove to be a harder challenge than I thought because in order for cannons to destroy each other, you had to strategically position yourself in between them to get them to shoot each other. If you miss time and destroy the wrong cannons in order, you'll be left with a lone cannon that has no one to destroy it. On my first attempt, I only destroyed 13 cannons, which gave me the Easy and Super Cannon stamp. But on level 9, there was another stamp that required you to escape a rolling snowball while rescuing the final Puffle. Alright, I got it. Nice. With that out of the way, it was only down to the final Extreme Cannon stamp. I did this over and over again. Every time I messed up, I would have to restart back at level 1 and grind my way back to level 9. I even created a diagram of what cannons I needed to shoot each other to help me strategize. I was stuck on this for over an hour because some cannons would accidentally shoot the wrong cannons and mess up the entire order. I think I messed it up.
Wait, how?
Because there's no cannons that can take that one out now. I was following a meticulous order of shooting the cannons and was about to give up because I shot the wrong cannon. I was frustrated, but my friend Junior, who was watching me, said this.
Just try to see it through.
And he was right. There might be another way to take out the bottom right cannon, so I started to experiment.
There's always another way.
I was able to take out the right cannon using the left cannon, and now things started to click.
Come on, bro.
Okay. Come on. Yes! I did it! Yes!
There's always a way, bro.
With Junior's wise words, I was able to get the final stamp, completing Puffle Rescue in 6 hours and 45 minutes. With 3 unique game modes, each with their own red stamp, and the highest count of any game so far, this one truly tested everything I had. Despite finishing Puffle Rescue in less time than Astro Barrier, I think it has dethroned it as the hardest game to 100% so far. Each mode was a new puzzle, and without the help of guides, I don't think I would have finished the game on my own. After almost 7 hours of rescuing Puffles, I decided to head to the iceberg for my next quest, dance with 30 penguins while wearing a hard hat. There were always plenty of penguins here, so I got the stamp immediately. The next game on our list was Smoothie Smash. There were 16 stamps total, with 4 of them being red. Now, I don't really remember this game as a kid. I don't think they had this when I played, but the objective was to smash fruits according to a recipe. Smash 10 fruits correctly, fruit splatter stamp. Serve Rockhopper his drink, ship shake. Don't mess up 20 times in a row, fruit stomper. Finish 10 recipes, fruit squeeze. Serve Antarctic, berry smart, and keep the recipes going for a sweet, tasty treat. 6 stamps all within the first game. I served Herbert the bear a smoothie, giving me berry, and completing 20 recipes in one game gave me Energizer. I decided for the next stamp I would go for one of the 4 red stamps, Fruit Smasher, which required me to smash 50 fruits in a row correctly. It was intense because the more fruits I smashed, the faster the conveyor belt got, but I was low-key having a lot of fun. Oh, I got to 44. That was so close though. That was actually really ridiculously close. But I kept going and achieved it. I decided to go for another red stamp, Smoothie Zing, which required me finish 30 recipes in one game. This one took me a little longer, but the key was to maintain a streak while also grabbing these little clocks to extend the timer. And just in the nick of time, we got it. After earning most of the normal stamps, it was time to test my skills in survival mode. There were 6 stamps in survival mode, 3 for simply lasting as long as possible with the hardest being 8 minutes, and another 3 for taking no damage at all with the toughest being 4 minutes. In survival mode, there was no recipe to follow. You just have to keep smashing fruits and dodge things that were thrown at you. On my first run, I was able to survive 2 minutes for fruit power and 4 minutes for Smoothie Warrior. But that is where my luck ran out as a bomb blew me up. The next few rounds I tried for the no-hit stamp. Surviving 2 minutes without getting hit, I got Deflector, and a few rounds later, I finally managed to not get hit for 3 minutes to get Smoothie Survivor. All that were left were the final 2 red stamps in the game. One was to survive 4 minutes without getting hit, and the other was to survive 8 whole minutes in survival mode. I decided to go for the no-hit stamp first as it sounded easier with only being 4 minutes, and with all the practice I had so far, it should have been a piece of cake. I did it! Yeah! Now there was just one stamp left, Smoothie Master. Survive 8 minutes of survival mode. I had a strategy of just staying on the left side so I could react to the jumping bombs and anvils because even one hit could mess the entire flow up. After a few failed attempts, I had finally done it. I did it! Doesn't even matter, I got it. Smoothie Smash was actually a really fun game for me. I managed to 100% it in 2 hours and 22 minutes, and in terms of difficulty, I'm going to give it a blue stamp after Aqua Grabber. The first few stamps were really easy to obtain, but the last 4 stamps definitely took a little bit of skill. And now it was time for us to do another side quest. My goal this time was to become a tour guide. In order to do so, I needed to take a tour guide test, but there was a problem. My penguin needed to be 45 days old to take the test, and I was only 7 days old. I decided to do another stamp that required me to form a band at the lighthouse. I headed over and surprisingly there were already people here.
We need a tuba or snare drum.
Fear not, my friends.
With me on tuba, the band was almost complete. There was a drummer, 2 guitars, a lead singer, and Sabrina Carpenter?
Move, I am singing.
OMG, it's you.
More people started joining our band, including the Starfish, but we still needed more instrument players to get the stamp, and that's when the trumpet player appeared. Hey! We were so hyped, the crowd was going wild! By the end of our little concert, I invited everyone to my upcoming igloo party that I wanted to host. They all agreed to join, so I added them as friends. Music, friendship, and Sabrina Carpenter. A pretty solid side quest if you ask me. But playtime was over because the next game on our 100% journey was Thin Ice. A puzzle game where every step you take melts the ice beneath your feet. There are 9 stamps total and each level gets increasingly harder. But the objective is to melt every tile you can. If you do everything correctly, you could actually get every stamp in one go. The best part was if you messed up, you can restart the level instead of restarting all the way back from the beginning. I breezed through the first couple levels, and on level 4 was when I received my first coin bag giving me a stamp. Getting the coin bags on level 5 and 6 unlocked the 3 coin bag stamp, and I was in the middle of level 10 when the game crashed on me. However, by collecting all the coin bags in the previous levels and melting a total of 480 tiles, I got the 6 coin bag in ice bonus stamp. I restarted and got all the way to level 16 when my game crashed again. Oh my gosh, dude. No freaking way. When I loaded back in, there were so many clowns. What is going on? Why were there so many clowns? Were they the reason Club Penguin kept crashing? I wasn't sure, but I headed back to the nightclub to resume my Thin Ice gameplay, but there was a yellow uprising here. Things were getting weird. I hopped back onto Thin Ice and hoped the clowns and yellow penguins didn't crash my game this time. I speedran through the levels and collected all the coin bags, giving me the 10 coin bag stamp, and some levels had these blue blocks I could push. If I push all of them into the correct spot, I would get the ice tracker stamp. Now, to get the last 3 stamps, you needed to go to this secret place inside of level 19. There's a hidden path in the wall, and when you make it to this button, you unlock a hidden room. Collecting all the coin bags will give you one of the 2 red stamps, all coin bags. And for the last red stamp, you just need to continue to melt every single tile and finish the game. Yeah! We ended up finishing Thin Ice in 1 hour and 50 minutes. If it weren't for the crashes, I think we could have finished it earlier, and in terms of difficulty, I'm going to give it a blue stamp, putting it above Aqua Grabber. I will admit, I did cheat a little bit by watching a guide for some levels, especially trying to figure out that hidden treasure room part on level 19, but in the perspective of a player with no guide, this would have been a tough game. When I logged on the next day, I found out why so many people were dressed up as clowns. Ooh, hey everyone, it's Rockin' Rookie reporting to you live on the scene for the island's very first fair games, alongside my hosts, Antarctic. So apparently there was a big fair event going on where penguins were split into different teams of different colors. There were red, blue, yellow, and green. Frankly, I really liked the alien fit for the green team, so I decided to go with them. Now, I have a confession. There's one game on our list that we won't be able to complete. Oh, we have a slight problem. I just realized that this game, Treasure Hunt, is a seasonal game. It can only be played when, I think, Captain Rockhopper visits the island or something. So it's not on the map anywhere. I don't think we can play it anywhere. So this one game is located inside of Captain Rockhopper's ship, who is another mascot in the game. He usually visits during the fair event, but this year he didn't. Rookie in Antarctica was hosting it instead. So to make up for not being able to play Treasure Hunt, I decided to do every single one of the fair quests as one big side quest. I won't include everything I did at the fair, but just know that there were a lot of new minigames to play. 2 of the hardest fair quests included causing a traffic jam in the plaza and also feeding the purple Puffle in Feed a Puffle. It took me about 1 hour and 43 minutes to complete all of the fair quests, and I was able to receive a custom background as a prize for it. After hours of collecting stamps for every game, I was finally near the end of our Club Penguin 100% journey. Puffle Launch, a cute little cannon game with only 12 stamps. I thought this would be a fun and easy ending. I was wrong. Horribly wrong. The first few levels felt great. I was blasting my Puffle through cannons, collecting rings, and feeling like I was speedrunning my way to victory. The blue cannons shoot you automatically, the green ones can change direction, the red one spins, and the purple ones you can control. As the levels progress, it gets harder and harder as new mechanics get introduced. So Puffle Launch is split into 3 parts: Blue Sky, Soda Sunset, and Box Dimension. Each part has 12 levels. I have to collect all of the circular looking things called Puffalos in order to get all the stamps and move on. If I collect enough, a meter at the bottom fills up, unlocking different cannon parts. By the end of the last level on Blue Skies, a crab steals your ending ring. Our goal was to blast into it as many times as we could to get our ring back. Collecting all the Puffalos in the Blue Sky levels, we get a Puffle Cannon item giving us the Launch Ready stamp. Now we were able to move on to the next part, Soda Sunset. In this part, some cannons were hidden behind clouds, so we'll have to reveal them. I was doing well until I hit a roadblock and just got tossed around. Yo, there's seriously ways to beat all 36 levels in under 18 minutes? Because this level, oh my days, what am I supposed to do? For context, one of the red stamps in the game, Lightspeed Launch, required us to beat all of the levels in under 18 minutes. I was not looking forward to doing that, as some of the levels took me over 20 minutes to complete, like this one level that required me to race against the crab before it took all of my Puffalos away. I just couldn't do it, so I decided if I couldn't beat the crab, then I would just have to execute him. I'm still in my gold. There we go. I don't have to worry about him. There was this one level in Soda Sunset where I just had to keep bouncing on balloons the entire time. I really had to move on controlling the movement of my Puffle in order to complete the level. Another level, I spent so long to get to the end only to discover that I didn't collect all the Puffalos. And this is when I realized this is gonna be brutal, bro. I decided to take a quick break because I had spent about 2 hours already playing this game. When I came back, every single lobby was full. Holy crap, there is a queue in every lobby right now. I've never seen such a thing. Disney needs to just bring this game back from the dead because it's absolutely popping. I spent another hour in Soda Sunset, and on the last level, I had to defeat the crab again as it flung me around. But after 10 painful minutes, I finally defeated him, completing all of the Soda Sunset levels, and guess how many stamps I got for it? 0. But it was okay. I was just glad that I got to move on to the box dimension. In this part, we got introduced to the slow-mo cannon that allowed us to move around in slow motion, and also the anti-gravity box that changed the direction of our gravitational pull. I was making steady progress until I hit this level. I needed to hit the side of this anti-gravity box so the momentum would push me up on top of these boxes and then change my gravity back downwards. However, it took me a few tries. Bro, I can't do this. I had a few friends in a Discord call with me as they watched me go through this torture. I'm trying to hit the side of this box so it can get me on top. It'll reverse my gravity. Dude, how am I not hitting the side? But after a few more tries, Yes, yes! I finally did it. Now, the hard part was over and I could continue with the level, right? No, this next part required me to flip my gravity again to get on top of these boxes, and I just had no clue how to do it. I spent over an hour on this level alone trying to figure it out, and I just could not do it until I accidentally did this. Wait. Dude, I just glitched up here unintentionally. Alright, let's end this here. I finally did it. It was late at night, but I was determined to finish the rest of the box dimension. With the help of my friends motivating me in the call, I was able to make it to the final level. Yes!
Yeah! Alright, now you save the final level for tomorrow.
No!
No, don't do.
Yo, what is going on? This was the finale. I managed to collect all the Pufflos instantly and started to question. Could this be this easy?
It's probably like a multi-stage boss fight or something, bro. I don't trust this.
What is my friend talking about, bro? Why would there be a multi-stage boss fight in Puffle Launch? What am I supposed to be doing here? What am I supposed to be doing here? I'm coming! Get back here! Okay, I think I need to throw the fireballs back at him or something.
I think just jump.
I'm here, boy!
On his head!
Get out of here! I'm coming!
Right here!
What? How did that not hit? One more! Wow, let's go! Let's go! Oh, here it is.
There's the ending, bro. 20 hours later.
Now we unlocked time trials. That's gonna be a problem for tomorrow. That was a crazy finale. We must have earned so many stamps from that. Wow, I didn't get a single stamp from that entire playthrough. Yeah, that's right. After hours of completing all of Puffle Launch, I didn't get any new stamps. Well, I did go back to the game and it added a cannon to my inventory, giving me the epic cannon stamp. Oh, super Puffle cannon. But all of the other stamps, I had to play every level all over again because tomorrow I had to beat every level in under 18 minutes. My time right now, 158 minutes. Actually, it's more than that because the levels cap out at 10 minutes, so the level I spent over an hour on got reduced because the game was pitying me. I had to get a good night's rest because tomorrow was going to be a long day. Before I attempted to speedrun every level, I decided to get two easier stamps, Crab Crash and Crab Battle. One required me to defeat the crab 3 different times in a single session, while the other required me to defeat it 6 times. So every 6 levels, the crab appears and you had the opportunity to execute him. I spent 30 minutes defeating every single crab boss until I got to the final level again. And guess what happened? Oh.
I told you I'd be back to make you suffer.
I was infuriated because I was literally seconds away from getting the crab stamp. The stamp required me to defeat 6 bosses in one single session. Club Penguin updating right now meant I had to redo every single crab boss again, so I did. What should have taken me 30 minutes became a 1-hour session full of pain, but I did it. With the crab stamps down, it was time to begin the time trials. There were 3 time trial stamps, one for beating every level in under 35 minutes, another in under 25 minutes, and the final in under 18 minutes. I started my speedrunning journey. Now for the time trials, I didn't need to collect all of the Puffalos. I just had to make sure my Puffle reached the ending ring as fast as possible. I had to watch a few guys because some of the paths were quite creative. For example, this level required me to hit the second green balloon, touch the left side of the cactus, hit the top left of the piano, hit the green balloon into the blue cannon, which would shoot me upwards, and I gotta hit the right side of the cactus, shooting me into another cannon, taking me all the way to the finish. It was honestly quite fun to replicate some of the speedruns of each level, and I don't know how I was doing it. Some levels I even made up my own speedrun path because the guide I was following was just too hard to follow. And after 4 hours of speedrunning, I finally got my time under 35 minutes, giving me the quick launch stamp. Completing level 35 in 23 seconds got my time down to 20 minutes, giving me this supersonic launch stamp. Now all I had to do was beat the crab in under 3 minutes to get my final time trial stamp. It took me a few tries, but we did it. I got this. That's it. That should be it. Let's freaking go, bro. Oh my gosh, 2 minutes and 50 seconds, new best time, and that makes us not finished yet because we have to go turbo mode, apparently. That's right, if this torture wasn't enough, we now had to do all 36 levels again, but this time in turbo mode. A mode that puts your Puffle in 2 times speed. Completing the first level gave us the first stamp, turbo time. This mode was crazy and I soon realized the balloons were going to be the death of me. Where is a checkpoint? Give me a checkpoint. I was able to make it to the final level of Blue Skies to defeat the crab, giving us the Turbo Battle Stamp. With 2 Turbo Stamps down, there was just 1 more left to go, Turbo Master. I needed to complete all 36 levels in Turbo mode. I went through Soda Sunset, and one of the most annoying levels was the one that had a lot of balloons. As you can see, it's really hard to control your Puffle when you're moving at 2 times speed. But thank goodness for checkpoint cannons, because I would have actually lost my mind if I had to move like this throughout the entire level. I eventually made it to the box dimension and grinded my way through the very last level, and guess what? Oh my gosh, dude, I can't hear anything. It's like, I knew this was gonna happen. The amount of times that the game has crashed on me when I'm almost about to beat something is insane. It wouldn't be Club Penguin Journey without a crash, as I'm about to beat the game. I wasn't even mad anymore. I was used to this at this point, but I logged back on the server and ran it back, and finally, 8. There we go. Oh my days. We finally beat it. That should be our last stamp of this entire 100% playthrough. Dude, I think Puffle Launch took me like a total of 12 hours to complete or something. I've been playing this singular minigame for 3 days straight. I should have been celebrating, but I was just so tired because when I added up all the footage, it took me 16 hours to 100% Puffle Launch. This was more than double my time on Astro Barrier. Puffle Launch was so hard that I am going to create a whole new color stamp for it, the purple stamp. This game was on a whole nother league of its own when it came to difficulty. It was a nightmare to complete. But with the final game complete, my journey across Club Penguin was finally 100%. Well, not exactly. Remember when I said that some stamps would take me a year to complete? Well, so I actually have been planning this video for a year now, and I made an account exactly last year just for this video so I could get this stamp, 365 days. But that's not all. What if I told you that there was a way to play the final game that we're missing, Treasure Hunt? You see, earlier this year, I made another account on a different version of Club Penguin called Legacy, and it just so happens that Legacy was also having a fair event, and guess who was visiting? Hey, Rockhopper is here. That's right, in order to play Treasure Hunt, Rockhopper needed to visit the island, so I headed to the beach, boarded his ship, and entered the captain's quarters where our final game was waiting for us. Oh, nice. We can play Treasure Hunt. Oh my gosh, this is so clutch, bro. So Treasure Hunt had a total of 5 stamps. It required 2 players to dig for treasure, one dug in a row and the other dug in a column. By uncovering 8 coins in one game, I got the collector stamp. A few games later, this guy Popano and I uncovered our first rare gem in under 3 moves, giving us Gem Expert and In the Rough. If we were lucky, we could uncover 2 gems in one game, giving us Gem Skills. Already we had 4 of the 5 stamps. The final stamp was completely up to RNG. It required us to uncover 2 gems in only 7 moves. We basically needed 2 gems to be lined up right next to each other and also guess where they are by the second move if we wanted a chance to get it. Some players who got the stamp said it took them over an hour to get it. Determined to get the stamp, I decided to open up 2 tabs of Club Penguin and play against myself. Okay, I know this is a bit much, but I really wanted it. Some boards didn't even contain any gems, so it was completely down to luck. I dug, and over an hour later... Wait, this is it? Yes! Yes! We did it! Treasure Hunt took me 2 hours and 23 minutes to complete. It wasn't a hard game by any means, you just had to be really lucky. I wasn't the luckiest, but I was super grateful to have finished it in only 2 hours because Puffle Launch has forever traumatized me. I'm giving Treasure Hunt a yellow stamp for difficulty, putting it right above Pizzatron. And with that, it was over. I spent a total of 62 hours and 21 minutes 100%ing all of the games. Some games made me laugh, others made me cry, but all of them reminded me of my childhood. I spent the next few hours doing more side quests and also playing the other iconic games that don't have stamps so I could truly experience 100% of Club Penguin. Games such as Hydro Hopper, Bean Counter, and Puffle Roundup, which was an all-time favorite for me. On top of that, I even met Antarctic and Rookie. And now, there was just one last thing to do. I took all the coins I earned and decorated my igloo because I was going to throw the biggest party Club Penguin has ever seen to obtain the last side quest stamp, Party Host. I needed to host a party with 30 penguins in order to achieve it, so I invited all of my friends and even hired some of my bandmates to play live music to make everything perfect.
All right, listen up. We are going to host a fire party, cookout. I expect to hear some good music.
Pizzatron 3000.
With everything ready, I went to the welcome room to recruit players.
Cookout and live music at my igloo.
Fashion show at my igloo. Come bring your spooky fits. Fashion show at my igloo.
I was out here competing with someone else hosting a fashion show. I couldn't back down. I yelled at the top of my penguin lungs for penguins to visit my igloo, but I'm just gonna break it to you guys right now. No one showed up. Damn, there's like no one here. Yo, where'd Junior go? Bro ditched. Let me check out this person's fashion show. Oh my gosh, look at all the people here. How do they have so much more people than me? They're stealing all of our people. The party was an absolute flop, but I thank my friends for helping me out. However, I couldn't just end it there because I noticed that one of my friends was online.
Mags!
It was P56, or as we call her, Mags, my very first friend on this journey. We chatted and she told me that she was still investigating the mystery of the silent ghost. But apparently that wasn't all. She'd also been helping with an uprising in the mines against a penguin named Bushberry. It was absurd, but there was never a dull conversation with Mags. I invited Mags over to my igloo to catch up and found out that we both joined around the same time and we were both each other's first friends on here. And that's when she noticed the gnome.
This guy, what can you tell me about him?
I told her his name was Gnomesky and his family perished in the Great Gnome Wars against the Smurfs. She asked if Gnomesky ever thought of reigniting the opposition rising against the Smurfs once more. I told her Gnomesky was always plotting, and then she said this.
I need to show you something. Come to my igloo.
What? Holy moly, I did not expect her igloo to be filled with Gnomesky's friends. She told me that the gnomes moved in one day and made her igloo their fortress. I thought I had a great imagination, but Mags's adventures always blew me out of the water. This game doesn't even have a story, but we created our own stories.
So many questions, so few answers. Who is stealing the ghost's voices? What does Bushberry really want? Why are these gnomes plotting in my home? It's all connected, I know it, but how?
It's all just one big journey to figure it out. A Club Penguin journey.
Maybe it was never about the answer. Maybe it was always about the friends we made along the way. Well, let's get adventuring.
Where to?
How about the welcome room, where it all began?
Sure. And so we went back to the welcome room to start it all over. This journey has been long, but like Mag said, maybe it was about the friends we made along the way. This video took me a long time to make, so please subscribe. Bye.